In the last episode of Solo Leveling Season 2, we saw Jinwoo extract Bingo's shadow and heal Cha Hae-in, and after that he even cancels the extraction. Then, leaving Jinwoo behind, the rest of the hunters leave by helicopter. Here, Jinwoo kills the remaining ants, and then he extracts the Ant King's shadow as well, and names him Beru. Both of them together wipe out all the ants on the island. 2 days later, the raid is officially over, and the funeral is held for those who died in the raid. Jinwoo also attends the funeral. There he meets the chairman, who gives him permission to form a new guild. After this, on Jeju Island, the First Monarch and the Beast Monarch appear. They're looking for someone, but don't find him, so they leave. Jinwoo's father is also shown there. Meanwhile, Jinwoo gets trapped inside a raid gate, but his army is easily killing all the monsters. Now, let's move to the next episode. But before that, you guys watch the videos but don't like and subscribe. So today, first hit like and subscribe. Your little support gives us motivation to bring even better content, so do it quickly. And now, without wasting time, let's move to the episode.
Season 3 episode 1 starts and we see a hunter inside a dungeon. Suddenly a monster appears in front of him. It is none other than the Frost Monarch, the same one we saw in the last episode of Season 2. He came here searching for a fragment of light, but again, he finds nothing here. So who is the fragment of light? It's not revealed yet, but I know. But I won't give spoilers now. If you guys know, do tell in the comments. Suddenly, another monarch appears. He looks strange and creepy. Both of them are talking about a place in the east where the Shadow Monarch is. Basically, they're talking about Jinwoo. Then the second monarch says the greatest fragment of light is also in that same country. Suddenly, the Frost Monarch senses a strong presence and we see that another hunter is approaching. You guys guess who this could be? Frost Monarch understands that this was a trap to lure them here. The hunter says, "You're not talking about Korea, are you?" Frost Monarch says, "Even if they are talking about it, what will he do?" The other monarch opens a portal and says, "We don't have time for all this." Frost Monarch says, "If you can stop us, then try to stop us," and they start leaving. The hunter says, "I won't let you leave so easily," and attacks. But Frost Monarch creates an ice wall and blocks his attack. We find out that this hunter is Jinwoo's father.
Then the scene shifts, and we see the raid gate Jinwoo had entered. Now he faces the dungeon boss. The boss is angry and says, "You fought well till now, and you're still alive. But now you are surrounded from all sides. In this forest, my entire army is hiding around you." Then he calls for his army, but no one comes for a long time. Jinwoo smiles and tells his shadow army to come out, and we see that Jinwoo's shadow soldiers have already killed all the monsters and bring their dead bodies outside. Seeing this, the boss gets even angrier. Then he orders his remaining monsters to attack, but Jinwoo also sends his shadow soldiers. The shadow soldiers easily kill all of them. Now only the boss is left. He gets furious and charges toward Jinwoo, but Tusk uses his gravitational magic and slams him on the ground. Then Jinwoo walks toward the boss and says, "If you answer my questions correctly, maybe I'll reduce your pain." But the boss dies even before saying anything. Jinwoo understands that the system is interfering again. Suddenly, he remembers the key he received after clearing the demon castle, which could only be used after reaching level 100. And since his level became 100 after the Jeju Island raid, he takes out the key from his inventory. All the information about the key appears in front of him. He learns that this key belongs to the Double Dungeon Temple, the same double dungeon where Jinwoo first gained his powers. This is a big deal for Jinwoo, because he knows nothing about the system that made him so strong, and whenever he tried to learn about it, the system interfered. But now, finally, the system itself is calling him. He thinks that he'll finally learn about the system, but then he sees a timer of 417 hours on the key, meaning he cannot use it yet. He thinks, "I've waited this long, I can wait a bit more."
Then the scene shifts and we see Jinho very angry because Jinwoo's haters were spreading hate online. He's replying to all of them. Then Jinwoo arrives. He brings a bag full of essence stones and says, "You said we'll need a lot of money for our new guild, so this much should be enough, right?" Jinwoo says, "These are so many. Did you clear a high rank gate?" He says now they won't have to worry about paying employees anymore. Jinwoo says, "Oh yes, I forgot about employees. We need to find a new employee for our new guild." Jinwoo says, "Yes, but before that, have you thought of a guild name?" Then both start discussing guild names. Suddenly Jinwoo says, "How about Solo Play Guild?" Jinwoo doesn't like the name at all, but he doesn't say anything. He thinks this must be a joke. Who names their guild like that? Then the doorbell rings. Jinwoo opens the door and Hunter Cha is there. Jinwoo gets shocked seeing her. But she came to meet Jinwoo. Jinwoo asks why she came. Cha says she wants to join his guild. Jinwoo asks if the chairman sent her or Jongin kicked her out of his guild. Cha says nothing like that. Jinwoo asks then why she wants to join his solo play guild. Cha is shocked hearing the guild name. She asks if he really named it solo play. Jinwoo says yes, he and the wise guild master decided. Jinwoo says, wait, when did I decide? What about the name I suggested? Jinwoo says, you didn't say anything, so I thought you agreed. Then Jinwoo notices that Cha's heartbeat is very fast, but she is acting normal. He suspects she's hiding something. Jinwoo says, you're still under contract with your old guild. How will you join ours? Cha says she will pay the penalty to break the contract, whatever the amount is. Jinwoo becomes even more suspicious. He thinks she's ready to pay such a huge penalty just to join my guild. Jinwoo says we don't have money to pay an S rank like you. Cha says she doesn't want a salary. Jinwoo asks, then why do you want to join our guild? Cha starts blushing. The truth was, she had fallen in love with Jinwoo but couldn't confess. She just wanted to stay close to him, but she couldn't say anything. She just kept blushing. Jinwoo says, okay, you can join, but first you have to take the entrance test. Cha says, what kind of test? Jinwoo says you have to defeat the strongest of my chosen shadow soldiers. Cha agrees. Then both plan to go to the Hunter Association gym for the entrance test. But the gym is far, so Jinwoo thinks he should use shadow exchange. That way he'll also learn whether he can teleport someone along with himself or not. He tells Cha to stand close and uses shadow exchange. It works and both teleport instantly to the gym. Cha gets shocked seeing this. Jinwoo says, let's begin. But Cha says 1 minute she left her weapon at the office. She brings a sword from the storage room and says she's ready. Jinwoo summons Igris and says he's the best swordsman of his shadow army. Cha asks, how will they decide the winner? Jinwoo says, until you destroy the shadow soldier or until you surrender. Jinwoo had promised to use his strongest soldier, but he thought bringing Beru in front of Cha isn't right because she got severely injured because of him on Jeju Island, so Igris was the best choice.
Their fight begins and their swords clash, causing a loud explosion. The chairman is also in the building and hears the sound. He thinks no one reserved the gym today. He checks the cameras and sees Jinwoo and Cha. He wonders when they came and why. Then he remembers that right after the Jeju raid, when Cha woke up, the first thing she asked about was Jinwoo. The chairman thinks something is going on between them, so he turns off the gym cameras because he doesn't want to record their private moment. Then the building shakes again and a painting falls, but the chairman misunderstands everything. You guys comment what you think he assumed.
On the other side, we see Cha easily defeated Igris. Jinwoo is shocked. Cha asks whether this Black Knight was really his strongest soldier. She says he told her he'd use his strongest soldier, so he should summon him. She's talking about Beru. Jinwoo says she might get hurt. Cha says nothing will happen and she wants to fight him again anyway. So Jinwoo finally summons Beru and orders him defeat Cha without harming her. Beru says, as you command, my king. Then he roars loudly, causing the gym's windows to crack. Cha thinks Jinwoo fought this monster? Beru prepares to attack with his claws, but Jinwoo says to retract them, or if Cha gets even slightly injured, he won't forgive him. Beru immediately hides his claws and says, yes, my king.
Cha gets ready to attack, but suddenly, Beru appears behind her. Cha remembers he did the same thing on Jeju Island. She attacks with her sword, but Beru stops it with 2 fingers. Beru thinks that the best way to defeat without harming is to appear so strong that the opponent loses the will to fight. Cha keeps attacking at high speed, but Beru is dodging effortlessly without even moving from his place. Then Beru roars in her face, sending her flying back. Jinwoo says the winner is obvious now, but Cha says no, she wants to fight more. Jinwoo knew Beru was different from his other shadows. He was born only for killing. But Jinwoo sees Beru as holding back his killing intent. The fight starts again. This time, Beru is not only defending, but attacking too. The impact breaks Cha's sword, but she still doesn't give up. She decides to use her strongest attack and finish it in one blow. She forms the blade of light, and this time she lands the hit on Baru, and the sword pierces his chest. Baru loses control of his killing instinct. He remembers the words of the Ant Queen. He forgets Jinwoo's order and obeys the Ant Queen's old command to kill the enemy. Covered in bloodlust, he charges toward Cha. Jinwoo shouts to stop, but Baru doesn't listen. Jinwoo quickly steps in and stops him. Baru calms down and drops to the ground, apologizing.
Jinwoo asks Cha if she is okay. Then he says this was just an entrance test. Why did she risk her life? But Cha stays quiet. Jinwoo asks, "Why do you want to join my guild? What do you want? Don't tell me you're interested in me." But then he thinks, no, that's impossible. There must be another reason. As he starts leaving,
Cha says, "Yes, I am interested in you." Saying this, she blushes, and the episode ends.